And good Thursday morning. My name is Ryan Belmore, and I'm the owner and publisher of What's Up Newp. And we were set to have this conversation yesterday, but as the storm blew through Rhode Island, southern New England, knocked out power for many, so we rescheduled it to today. Of course, if you ever miss any of these, if you want to watch them back, if you want to share them with your friends, these are always available on whatsupnewp.com. He is musician Tom Rush, and he joins me today. Hey, Tom.
Good morning.
And you got yourself looking over yourself. So I'm going to make that is you at the East Greenwich Odeum last year. And how are you?
I'm well. I'm doing well. I'm back on the road, and it's just a thrill because I've been suffering from audience deprivation for the past 19 months.
Yeah. I mean, you've been on the road for a long time. How is it like the first time going back out there after 19 months?
Well, I'd forgotten how much work goes into the show before you get on stage. All the advance work, promoting like we're doing right now, talking to the venue about lights and sound and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of work, but it ends up with going on stage and playing for people. And that's where the fun comes in.
And the reason we are talking today is because you're coming to Newport, and you are coming to the Jane Pickens Theater, Film, and Event Center on Thursday, November 4th. And that's a week from today.
It is. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have a young guy with me named Matt Nakoa, who is a monster talent. He's my accompanist for now, but his own career is taking off. I don't know how long I'm going to have him. I'm hoping when he's playing stadiums, he lets me open the shows.
Excellent.
But he's great.
And where's your tour taking you right now besides Newport?
Oh, I can't even remember. We just got back. We did five in a row out in the Midwest. Then we just did 2 in upstate New York last weekend. And this is the only weekend off I think I have between now and Christmas coming up at the moment. And let's see, we're playing the Jane Pickens. Then we're going to Brownfield, Maine, and then down to Connecticut the next night. So it's ping-ponging around the East Coast.
Yeah, it looks like it. And then you're off to Virginia and Pennsylvania, Florida, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York. So you're doing an East Coast tour this time around.
And it just came. I don't think it's been posted yet, but I'm going to be playing with Gordon Lightfoot at Massey Hall up in Toronto on what is our Thanksgiving Thursday and Friday. He just asked me to come on board and share the stage with him.
That's great. And after the pandemic, have you gone into are your performances, are your shows different than they were before?
I think they're a little more casual. I've been doing this thing online. If you go to tomrush.com, there's a link to something called Rockport Sundays. And when I was living in Rockport, I started posting a video clip of a song and a story every Sunday. And they stay up for 8 weeks, and you can watch them whenever you want to. You don't have to watch it on Sunday. But I started that in mid-December last year. So it's coming up on a year, but it's been a lot of fun. But it's been very casual. It's me in my kitchen as I am right now, or living room if I've got Matt with me, or sometimes in an actual studio that I've got here at home. But it's been a lot of fun doing that, but it's really casual. It's sitting around shooting the breeze, and let's start that song over again. It didn't start out right, and stuff like that. So my stage shows have kind of gotten a little bit looser. I think because it feels good to do things that way.
Yeah, and it must be a different energy, at least for now. People. Have I gone to? I don't think I've gone to. Well, I went to Newport Folk Festival, so I guess that's an outdoor concert. But I haven't been to an indoor concert myself yet. But I imagine the excitement. There's more excitement about being back in front of live music again, coming from the fans as well.
People are saying that it's just so great to get out of the house and go hear some live music, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, you've been doing it for 60 years. Did you consider retirement at all?
I don't know how to spell that. I wouldn't know. I was talking to Tom Paxton about retiring because he said he was going to retire, and then he gave his final concert, and then 6 months later he was back on the road. And his comment was, "What am I going to do? Sit around and play the guitar all day?" Which is what he does anyway.
From your kitchen.
That's what he does anyway. So
yeah.
No, I think as long as I can do the job and do it well, I love doing it. So.
And I know you're not too far away, but have you performed in Newport before?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been at the festival, of course.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think. I think I've been to the Jane Pickens before.
Oh, excellent.
It kind of, after 60 years, it kind of blurs.
Yes, that's a lot of venues.
Yeah.
And you are there next Thursday.
It's a great town.
It is a great town. And the show kicks off at 7:30 p.m. You can get tickets right at janepickens.com. And you will have a special guest with you as well, Matt Nakoa. And it'll be a great night of music over there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I tell stories too. I started rambling on between songs, and it blows my mind, but I get requests for stories now. Tell the one about the guy from New Hampshire. Okay.
Yeah. How about on the, did you have a chance, how did you keep busy during the pandemic? Did you write new music? We know that you performed from your kitchen. How did you keep sane?
Well, I envy the people who were bored. I was really busy. I've got practically an album's worth of new songs at this point. The last album is called Voices, available at tomrush.com. And I wrote all the songs on that album. That's never happened before. I've always done a couple of my own, mainly other people's. And last one I wrote all the songs, and this one I think I will have written all the songs as well. So I've got a bunch of songs ready to go. I moved a couple of times during the pandemic, so that took up some time and energy. And setting up the studio in the place that I'm in now has been quite a project. I'm blessed in that I have a video guy who was professional. He was at WGBH for 40 years, and he just came on board. Mark Steele came on board and has been taking care of the video. So the video is very professional. I, on the other hand, get to be casual and stumble all over the place.
And for those that don't know, you call New England home.
I do. I was born in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, raised in Concord, New Hampshire. I'm living right now just across the river in southern Maine from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. But yeah, I lived in New England. I've lived in Vermont. I've lived in Massachusetts. I've lived in New Hampshire, Maine. I haven't resided in Connecticut yet, or Rhode Island.
All right. Well, there's an opportunity still.
Yeah, could still happen.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? A couple more moves could be coming down the line.
Yeah,
I made several moves during the pandemic as well, and it was quite an interesting experience.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But for anybody who didn't accomplish something during the pandemic, I said when it started, I said, man, when this is over, I don't want to sit there and say, oh, how come I didn't do this long list of things to do when I was trapped in my house?
Right.
So
Right.
Yes. So the show is next Thursday night, and it's going to be you're calling it your first annual farewell tour. How many is there? First, I love the first annual. Really,
well, there's bands out there that have been doing their farewell tour for decades. So I figured, why be shy and coy about it? But I've actually just come up with a T-shirt. I had a T-shirt, first annual farewell tour with all the shows coming up, and I just revised that, and I now have the pandemic edition of the T-shirt with 67 shows crossed off.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's
I'm trying to see if you have it on your website now. I don't see it yet, but
it might be sold out. I'm just about to order another batch because it sold out pretty quickly. It should be there under wearables, I think is
okay.
Label.
I'm working multiple things at the moment. But what are some of the other things that people can find on your website on tomrush.com?
Well, of course, there's merchandise, CDs, shirts, and links to a bunch of stuff. I also, during the pandemic, I did a few private shows, and there's a primer on the website at how to put on a private concert, which is fun.
Great.
And a link, of course, to the Rockport Sundays subscription series, which I'm pushing because that has sustained me throughout the pandemic, artistically and otherwise.
Yeah, it's amazing the steps that. Here we go. All right, now I just got to zoom in, and here is the T-shirt.
The pandemic edition. That's on the back.
Yes, this is on the back here. Yeah, so you had a successful start here, and then you snuck a couple in here and there.
Those are either big outdoor shows or private shows. The ones.
You printed Show is the one show we were talking about earlier, so we got you in there. So,
yeah,
but great. Yeah, it's we did a here on What's Up Newp. We realized that musicians didn't have a place to play, so what we started using this platform here. And on Friday, Saturday nights, we would let musicians come on and just perform for our audience, just to give them a spot. And it's one of the good things that came out of the pandemic, and such as this virtual interview series, is connecting with people digitally, and you can bring them anywhere.
Right.
I hope Zoom and all of this isn't as prominent in a couple months from now, but it can still be around. So,
it's been a very useful tool. But I realized doing the Rockport Sundays series that when you tell a joke to a video camera, it doesn't laugh.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a live audience.
Yeah. You said you wrote a lot of music during the pandemic. Well, some of the inspiration, did it have anything to do with being locked up at home?
Not really. To be honest, Ryan, I don't know where the songs come from. They just kind of float through the room, and I try to grab them before they float away again. And they arrive in dribs and drabs sometimes. Sometimes they come all at once. But I've got some introspective songs and some silly songs and some up tempo rockers, and I'm pretty schizophrenic when it comes to songwriting.
And did we mention when maybe we'll see that next album come out?
I don't know. I might actually end up recording it at the kitchen table, literally right here.
Okay.
Just me, or maybe get Matt on board for some of the songs, but I might do it that way and then go to Nashville and record it with the band down there, that the players that I've used before, who are simply mind-bogglingly good. But right now, going to Nashville doesn't seem like a good idea because it's a hot spot.
Yeah, it's a little wild down there. When you look at your show at Jane Pickens next week, how do you think about how you take your entire catalog? How do you decide what songs and what you're going to perform for the audience in Newport?
I kind of make it up as I go along. I know what song I'm going to open with, because it would be awkward to get on stage and be scratching my head for 5 minutes. So I know what I'm going to open with. I know what I'm going to close with. But in between, I'm kind of playing, back and forth with the audience. If they like the funny songs, I'll lean a little bit more on the funny songs. If they like the quiet ones, Urge for Going, No Regrets, Driving Wheel, I'll lean more in that direction. So it's really, I'm responding to the audience, and that's it's hard to do on camera. But the good thing about the Rockport Sundays is it's just one song at a time. One song, probably a story to go with it. Sometimes two songs.
Yeah, people can check out that series at tomrush.com, of course. And then you will be at Jane Pickens right there at the bottom next Thursday, a week. It's November already. And just a reminder for those who haven't been to Jane Pickens in a while, such as yourself, turning 100 years old. Jane Pickens has been around for a while. And those who haven't been there, of course, it's a movie theater. but they do have those adult libations if it helps you inspire Tom on what he's going to perform at all. Whether you want to hear silly or serious, of course, as well as all sorts of snacks and all of that good stuff. So
it's going to be fun.
Cool. Tom, is there anything we missed today?
I think you've covered the bases, Ryan. I appreciate chatting with you.
Yeah, of course. And we will see you touring up and down the East Coast for a good part of this year, and then every Sunday on your website. And with Gordon Lightfoot, I probably won't make it to that one. That's a little bit of a drive, but that's a pretty neat tour.
Well, Gordy's also invited me to be on some of his shows in the States. And I looked at his calendar, and this guy is working hard. So I may be all over the lot, with Gordon Lightfoot. We'll see how that evolves. It's a conversation at this point.
Yeah. What's your ideal amount of shows per year? You don't want to do 300 anymore.
No, I do not. I topped out, actually I topped out somewhere around 65 shows. But then right now, all the shows that have been rescheduled or delayed because of COVID are coming. They're all happening at once. So
you got a lot of IOUs.
I'm working pretty hard right now. And I probably wouldn't want to continue doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not 35 anymore. Sometimes I feel like I'm, 50.
Yeah. Well, maybe once you get caught up, you can pick and choose a little bit more about what shows you want to do.
I'm looking forward to that.
But
I'm partly taking all the gigs because I feel for my booking agent. I've been sitting home making no money. She's been at work, working hard, making no money.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't get paid for rescheduling and rescheduling a show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it's a lot of work. So to keep her, to support her, I'll take whatever she gives me.
There you go. Well, looking forward to seeing you in Newport, back in Newport next week, next Thursday, and looking forward to hearing Matt. He sounds amazing, Berkeley graduate, and looking forward to hearing his music as well.
Yeah, he's jaw-droppingly good.
All right, Tom. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. We will see you next week, my friend.
A pleasure, Ryan. Thanks for having me on.
All right. On behalf of all of us here at What's Up Newp, we want to thank Tom Rush for taking some time to join us. Again, details at janepickens.com for his show next Thursday. That'll be a great concert over at the JPT. And then for everything else we talked about, tomrush.com. You can check out his gear, his tour, his music, his Sunday concert series, and more. So tomrush.com. And you can probably find the tickets for the Jane Pickens show there as well. So we will see Tom in Newport next week. Thanks for watching.